Hello everyone and welcome to the Talks a Lot Boys. I as always am your host. My name is Tyler and today I am joined by the boys. We got Kyle.
Whoa! How's it going?
And we've got Brennan.
What's going on, folks?
And today, as of the time of this recording, Tilian has just dropped his brand new album, Factory Reset. And man, it's got some bops on it. It's got some other songs that I don't particularly care for, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna break it down, and we're gonna do what we do on this podcast. We're gonna rank every song on the album from worst to first. But before we do that, I haven't talked to either of you all day. So, what are your overall thoughts on the album, just as a whole? Kyle, let's start with you.
All right. I think we mentioned before in like our this month of musics and stuff. If you haven't checked those out, why don't you go look at those? We make a freaking show every month about music. But like every time he's released a single, especially with this last one when he released Is Anarchy a Good Hobby? Mm-hmm. I remember us being like, this could either like these couple singles could like be a lot of the best stuff on the album and everything else falls flat, or this is like the place to build upon. And I definitely think that that's what happened with this for the most part. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of these songs do crazy shit. Yeah. Like they just go like it throws the most like, you can tell he like channeled that Afterburner DGD vibe where they just like had so many different things that they tried. He does that so much with his own music here, and I really dig it. I'm happy he's going for it. I definitely think some things work a little bit better than others, but in generally nothing really flopped for me. Like 100%, like I just hate it. Like everything was at least like, oh cool, I'm excited to see where he goes with it, or fuck yes, this is it, please give me more. Good God, yeah. I love it. So I'm excited to get into the specifics, but overall, I'm really happy. I'm down with the direction he's going in.
Same here. I mirror pretty much all of that. Brennan, what do you think?
I gotta say, I definitely like the record. As you guys said, it definitely is channeling more of a like Afterburner kind of vibe. I mean, especially with like some of like the harmonies and melodies and stuff. Like, you know, him with like layering his vocals once more. I know comparison is the thief of joy, but I mean, I think The Skeptic is just an absolute powerhouse. So, I mean, like this, I'm not going to say this record's worse. It's just different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's definitely more like exploratory. Like, I think that, you know, he definitely brings out a lot of things that we haven't seen before. And, you know, I really like it. I think it's a good record.
Yeah. So. I mean, to compare it to The Skeptic, because, I mean, you're right. Like, The Skeptic is just an absolute, like, god tier album. Like, I will say, I think that the highs on this album are higher than the highs on The Skeptic, but I think that the lows on this album are much lower than The Skeptic. So, like, I feel like The Skeptic is more consistently good, but I do like the experimentation and, like, the technical aspect of this album. It kind of brings, like, a whole new, like, vibe to his like solo stuff. So in my eyes, I would say that The Skeptic is probably better just because it's more consistent, but there's a lot of stuff on this album that is just, in my opinion, so much better than like anything from The Skeptic, even though it's not like as consistent. But
yeah, I would kind of agree with both of you on that, because like I couldn't help but like think about it. We did pose the question, I think, during our This Month of Music. Do we think it's gonna shoot above or kind of fall a little bit beneath it? And I definitely think it's better than I thought it was gonna be, which is a good place to be in.
Yeah.
But I also think it's kind of similar to you, where like I feel like a lot of the stuff on Skeptic is all good, and then like this one has like great, and then also not going to listen to it just you know, jumping right to something on it. I also think though, like the vibes of them in general are very different. Like there are two very different sounds for him. I think The Skeptic's very much more in his like wheelhouse of like the stuff he's done before The Skeptic and everything, just like anything he's done. Like, especially like even like when you hear like on DGD like records, you hear him do more like his own kind of sound with things, right? Almost like exposed-ish kind of stuff. Has been like The Skeptic and things like that. Whereas this is like, we're getting electronic, we're getting hip hoppy, we're getting like all over the place. It's very hard for me to compare them, but I can't help but compare. And I think I'd agree with you though that like I think I give Skeptic the edge. In fact, I'm pretty sure, quite certain I give the Skeptic the edge. But like this is a bop of an album. Like this is the weird one and the good one.
Yeah. Damn. All right, well, let's get right into it. As I stated at the beginning of the podcast, and as our loyal followers know, the whole point of this podcast, we're going to take every single song on the album and we're going to rank them from worst to first. So I'm just going to run down all the songs in the order that they appear on the album, and then we're going to dive right into it. So first up is Holy Water. Next is Dose, followed by Caught in the Carousel, followed by Anthem, followed by Breathe, which is not a real song, kind of, but we'll get into that, I guess. All I Crave is Peace, Is Anarchy a Good Hobby, Factory Reset, Imagination, Act Out, and Hands Are on My Throat. There are two songs that I think should go first. And by first, I mean at the bottom.
I agree with one of them.
Because Breathe is kind of like because we do this a lot. Anytime there's like songs that are just kind of like interludes, they kind of like default to the bottom. I don't want it to be the very bottom though.
I don't
controversially. Either. I want Is Anarchy a Good Hobby to be at the bottom.
Same.
When I know we talked about this when the single dropped of like, I hope this is the worst song on the album. And I think we're all in agreement that it is.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's exactly what we wanted. And that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah.
And like we said before, like this song has a lot of cool things going on in it. Like that first like minute and a half is really cool. There's some really great notes that Tilian hits. These really awesome like instrumental build-ups going on. And then you get a lot of the same beat for a long time.
Yeah.
And like I said before as well, I feel like it works with the music video, and the music video is very artistic and a good music video. But just listening to it, like audio-wise, it's a little like drony almost. Like it just goes on for so long.
Yeah, it's just way too long, way too dragged out. And it's like 99% of the song is just like dun 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 dun, and like I zone out. Like I've never sat through that song and not zoned out. Even like when I was sitting down to review it today, it just like it's so like not monotone, but like you said, it's kind of like drony and I don't know, just doesn't really do it for me. It's a rare miss, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's just he tried something, and like I said, the music video is very artistic with it, with like the interpretive dancing and stuff. Yeah. So like I don't even consider it like a full miss in my mind, because like instrumentally there's still cool things that happen, and like with the visuals it's very interesting. I feel like it could be really cool live too. Like I feel like just like the energy of it, like that, like the fucking pulsing and shit could be really cool. Yeah. But I don't know, just in general, it's like I want more. I actually thought about it, listened to it more since when we talked about it on our This Month of Music. It almost feels like they forgot to unmute a track in like the drone bit. Like I want one more thing going on, like jumping around melodically over top of that noise, and it's just not there. And I'm like, oh, did you like you hit export a little too early there? You like or something. I don't know. And like I don't know. It's just kind of disappointing. But like I said, at the same time, it's kind of neat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler said like it's not monotone, but like certain parts of the song like damn near become monotone. Like they drag on for so long, and like Kyle said, it feels like some things are like missing from it. Like if they just made it like more of like a full-fledged experience, then maybe for me it would kind of like be better. But like since it's just the same thing, like repeated for like the longest time, and then like that second part has kind of a build up, but it's like by that point you already lost me. So
right.
And like I mean there's not a song on here I could put beneath it and like be logical about it. So
yeah, I agree, which is shocking because like the interludes always default to the bottom, and like somehow he made a song that I like less than the interlude. And I think, like, talking about Breathe now, like, I'm kind of disappointed that it wasn't a full song, because I actually
100%.
really liked the sound of it. Like,
yeah.
But like comparing the two songs, right? It was like, Is Anarchy a Good Hobby? It was a song that I just wanted to end, and then like Breathe was the exact opposite, where it was like it just left me wanting more. And so like I feel like it has to be above Anarchy in that regard.
Yeah, when I said that there was one song I wanted to fight for not being at the bottom, it was this one, because I really like what happens in this song. I love, like, there's a really awesome like low-key build-up and decay of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It has it like, as short as it is, it has like everything we look for in like that, like the roller coaster that we always talk about, and like it has that. And there are so many cool things that happen, like a peak, and even in the vocals and like the mallets that are playing behind him. This song is so cool. Damn it, though, it needs to be longer. Yeah. I want the extended cut. Give me the Snyder cut of Breathe. I love this song, and I wish I could say it was higher, but like everything else is like also insanely good and longer and like a great time too. So like, I'd agree. This is probably where Breathe lands, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Tilian definitely took a page out of, you know, his band's playbook and had a song that's just criminally short, but is absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, both you guys hit the nail on the head. Like, you know, just like the instrumentals, like how it's just like, it almost sounds kind of like for me, it almost kind of sounds like Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it really adds just like this atmospheric element, and then like the beauty of his vocals, as Kyle said, there is like a build up, and then like a decay, like you hit a crescendo. I mean, it's just, man, this song is perfect. I wish that there was like a second verse and second chorus, and like it just went on, but you know, instead I have a minute and 32 of just goodness. So
yeah, dude.
But because of its length, I can't see putting it any higher.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
it's
we'll
gorgeous.
lock that in then.
I was worried you guys were just gonna throw it at the bottom. I really was. I was like, it's not going beneath Anarchy. I'm not letting this happen.
I wouldn't let that happen either. I was wondering if I was going to be the only one who thought that, but I'm glad we're all on the exact same page with that.
Yeah. Low key, like going into this before we talked about it a little bit, I kind of wanted it to be higher than this too. But as I look back and as I listen to the album again, I don't know. I think there's like maybe a conversation for it to jump up one or two more spots, but I don't even know like what it would beat.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, because this song is gorgeous. Like I stopped and listened to this one a couple times, especially because I was like, I listened to it twice, and it's the length of every other song.
Right.
Yeah, same here.
Well, I guess for now we'll lock in Anarchy at 11 and Breathe at 10. Number 9. What are we thinking here? Any songs that jump out to you?
I literally have no clue. Like,
I have one that I think is coming up.
What'd you say, Brennan? You threw one out
in the
there.
Carousel.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah, it's just like we always talk about how songs are like incredibly safe, and like this one just screams safe to me.
I think it's a lot better than the other singles, though, in my opinion.
I mean, the other singles. I mean, that's what I mean. This song, like for me, like the singles are like the weakest part. But, like I prefer all the other stuff that wasn't a sequel way more than the sequel or than the singles.
Rather. I don't know.
I think that Factory Reset should be next.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I just like. I can respect that he did like a weird trap beat thing. I don't dislike it, but it's kind of really repetitive compared to the rest of the album. And I don't think it does as much like technical crazy stuff. It doesn't like, it's not as catchy as some of the other stuff. Like, I just feel like the other songs offer a lot more. Carousel included. Carousel would rank several spots above this Factory Reset.
I think I would too, generally, but I didn't really know what would be next. I guess I have one that I'm kind of leaning towards that's not either of the two that you said.
Oh, shit. What do you got, Kyle?
Boy.
So, I can see why it wouldn't be as low as, like, the ones you guys are talking about. for certain reasons, but I'm gonna throw it out there because I have some negatives, and it's All I Crave Is Peace, and I lean that.
Song.
I like that song a lot. Actually,
I like that song a lot
song.
too, and here's my reasoning why. The reason why I think it's up next is because I think there's a lot of really cool stuff going on, specifically instrumentally. I think the song is really cool, but vocally, there isn't a lot of like huge moments from Tilian in general in the song. Like in every other song, there's just like a moment where I'm like fucking knocked out of my seat, like losing my mind over Tilian lyrics. And in this song, it's all really good, and there's nothing that like jumps. Whereas like the instrumentals kind of edge it out for me in that song, and there really aren't a lot of those songs where like that kind of like level is off to me. Like I can't think of another song where I'm like, oh, the vocals are way better than the instrumentals, or vice versa. This is really the only song I have that feeling with. However, I do think it's a really good fucking song. It's just when I'm trying to like get down to it,
I'm gonna throw out like a steaming take here. All I Crave Is Peace should be in the top half of the list.
That's my thoughts as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, that song is incredible. Yeah. That song is incredible, dude. I can kind of see where your gripes lie with it, but I don't think that it's like, sure, like the fact that maybe the instrumentals are like overshadowing the vocals, like maybe, but like it's so fucking good though. Like it does everything right in my opinion. And I think that like, I don't know, Tilian's vocals, I even have in my notes, like, the Tilian vocals really stand out to me in this, so, like, I don't even...
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I don't think I
figured
listened to this
you would be, like, eating this song up, because it plays with, like, a bunch of different, like, metering and, like...
It
jumps
definitely
around
does.
a lot with, like, the instrumentals and stuff. Like, I thought this was a song you were gonna be just licking the taint of and, like, arguing to be number one.
I think the song is really good. I don't know. I just like a lot of the vocal stuff on other tracks. And I'm a little bitch for Tilian's sweet voice. And then this one doesn't really, like, pique my interest as much vocally. I do think the song is groovy as shit. So, I mean, if I'm outvoted, I'm down to save and talk about it more later and listen to it more while we talk.
I mean, like, DGD, I mean, granted, this is Tilian, not DGD, but, like, one of the reasons I completely gush about that band is because, like, they have, like, wild transitions. And, like, this song, like, it goes from almost being, like, a happy, like, you know, go lucky kind of tune. And all of a sudden, like, the chorus hits, and it's, like, a totally different fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And, like, I mean, like, listening to it again, like, I can kind of see where you're coming from, Kyle. I mean, the mix, like, it seems like the instruments are just, like, you know, volume-wise higher or gain-wise higher. But, like, I mean, still, like, he still puts on, like, a hell of a performance.
Yeah. He does. You're not wrong.
And I guess my argument for Carousel is it's literally the same exact beat the entire song. Like, there's, I mean, maybe a couple of note variations, but literally it's just the same from start to finish. I mean, except like Tilian doing like, you know, a takeoff here and there, but I mean, I don't know, it just kind of bores me.
I think that, I mean, I will fight to say that Caught in the Carousel should go over Dose and Anthem, because I think it's better than both of those.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I figured something to bring up.
That's fair. Because, like, Caught in the Carousel, like, yeah, it's not the most, like, insane song, but, like, you got to admit, it's catchy as fuck. Like, if I'm going back to any of the singles, like, that's just one that I'm really going to vibe with. And I think that also, like, that song specifically really shows off Tilian's range. Because I think that song specifically, like, I really noticed, and I think they're, like, tone shifting his voice, like, down lower in certain parts, like, artificially. But even still, just, like, getting that range of, like, I think he has, like, the lowest notes on that song and then, like, some of the highest notes on that song. And that, to me, just, like, really impresses me. I would say, like, of all the singles, I feel like the weakest one is Dose, in my opinion. Yeah, and, like, I like that song, but, like, I have a gripe with Dose, and I don't really have an actual gripe with the other two singles that we haven't talked about yet. Because, like, and Brennan has talked about this before, but, like, the song goes on for, like, an extra minute that, like, it doesn't really need to. And, like, it still sounds good, but, like, it does kind of feel like it's just padding for that last minute there. And I don't know. Also, like, I mean, I guess I don't really have any other gripes with it. I just it's
Yeah.
because it is a really good song, like, but I don't know.
I don't know. To me, I think Dose is the best single they released, or he released, I guess, not they.
Really?
In my opinion, I just think it's so much more interesting than any of the other singles. Like, I really like Anthem and Caught in the Carousel are both like very good, and they got stuff going on, and it's great. But like Dose has like these crazy it's one of like the best layered tracks on the album, in my opinion. Like, there's so many insane layering moments where like he is jumping around himself vocally, and then like the verse will like hang over into the chorus where he'll start again underneath himself and then harmonize, and then that one falls off, and then like it builds up in the chorus, and it's like it goes all over the place. Like, technically, Dose is insane, and every time I listen to it, I just like have I just sink in the layering and just fucking like absorb it. It's so cool. I definitely could see like Caught in the Carousel being close. And I like Anthem too, man. It's tough. Like, all three of those singles, I feel like are all really good. Yeah. I don't think any of them are like the best on the album in any regards, but I think they're all three very good in their own reasons. However, I do think maybe Factory Reset should be next, because I think the reasoning with like Caught in the Carousel versus Factory Reset is they both kind of do the same thing over and over again, and not a lot is going on in either of them. But I think Caught in the Carousel is way more catchy and way more like what I'm listening to Tilian to hear.
Yeah.
I really like Factory Reset. I think it's really cool, and I love that he tried that, and it's dope, and it's not a miss at all. Like, it's really cool. But I'm excited to see where he goes with it next. Like, this was a good first step in like a trappy beat kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, the song's called Factory Reset, and he's like doing a reset on like a genre. Like he's like, it's awesome. It's a really cool, like, lyrically, and like the message of it all is really neat. But I mean, I'm excited to see the next step, and then that song, I would imagine, because how good Tilian and everybody is that works with him, it's then going to get even better going forward. Like, I'm fully prepared to hear him do it again, and then do even more with it. Now that he's like, I got my toes wet, and now I'm diving in. Like, I'm pumped for that.
That's fair. Like, because I just think that like I enjoy it. I like that he tried it, but it's just, I think if we're talking about songs that are repetitive, this is the most repetitive one on the album. So if that's a drawback, then I think that needs to be next. And also, like, it just doesn't really do a whole lot on like a technical level to match a lot of the cool stuff that happens in pretty much every other song on the album, singles included. So that's why I feel like it just needs to go next.
That's fair. I think in general, something I really like about this album and the way they decided to release it like singles into album is they definitely like were building over time. I mean, Anarchy Good Hobby is a little bit of like we're doing weird stuff on this album. Here's a little taste. And it's like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, oh, I don't know. And then like you get there and it's like, there's even more weird shit. And that weird shit's really cool in a lot of ways. Yeah. So I think the singles were a good like balance of like, there's going to be cool layering. There's going to be some really catchy beats. There's going to be cool music videos. There's going to be some weird shit. And then the album gets here and it's all of that hyped up even more. So I feel like I like the way they executed the release of this album, I guess is the point I'm making here. I'm impressed. It made me happy. It got me even hyped and kept building it until today where I was like, yes, thank you. So.
Yeah. So we, I mean, I guess that's at least two of us voting for that. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Because I think if we're going to do that for Factory Reset, we got to do that for Caught in the Carousel. Because that song literally, from start to finish, the beat does not change one bit. I mean, yeah, Tilian does a couple things, but like it literally does not change at all. And yet Factory Reset's being punished for that. So that's my opinion.
I mean, as much as I hate that, it's a solid argument, so I can't really.
See, like, I totally agree. And, like, Anthem has a little bit more going on. Dose has a lot more going on.
Yeah.
But, like, as just a vibe, like, I feel like Caught in the Carousel is just a groovy time.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of why it's tough for me.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree with you, though, Brennan, that, like, objectively, we probably have to put it after Factory Reset for that reason, but like for me personally, I'm gonna be coming back to that song a lot because it's just a bop.
Oh yeah, no, I genuinely enjoy it. It's just like the 4 times I listened to it today, I'm like, wow, this song is the same from start to finish. Like it's just something I like picked up.
Yeah.
No, you're definitely right.
So do we want?
It is a good tune though. I'll listen to it drinking, that's for sure.
Do we want to just lump all the singles in the next, like in these 3 spots, or is there anything else that we want to put in the conversation?
Maybe actually.
All right, what are you thinking?
So we're gonna do each our own like ordering of the 3? Is that what, like that?
No. I just
just like what should go next.
We're putting Caught in the Carousel next.
Well, do we want to start a round of tables?
Well, I'm down for the idea of doing like the singles next, and then I'm down to table after that.
Okay, yeah.
But I just don't know how you guys are feeling about the order of the singles.
Oh, honestly, I don't know, because they're very close in my mind. I think they each do different things well. So I kind of just want to hear your opinions on that stuff too. I was just wondering if there were any other songs that weren't singles that we wanted to put below like Dose or Anthem. Because like there's like one that might be in the conversation in my mind, but the rest are like way better.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Hands Around My Throat is the only one that I might put in this conversation right now.
Okay.
It's the one non-single that just like did not blow my socks off.
I agree.
That we haven't talked about yet.
I actually have that written down that like that Hands Around My Throat is like it's good but it's not great. But I feel like a lot of the non-singles are great.
Mm-hmm.
So
like the one big standout thing for me in Hands Around My Throat was just that like in some of the parts where he's doing like the layered vocals and like the harmonies and stuff, like some of the tracks are doing like his more aggressive like style of singing, like DGD-esque, and that really stood out to me, and I thought that was cool that he kind of included that. But I don't know if that makes the entire song better than Anthem or Dose.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this song because I think it's a really good album ender for specifically like the journey that this album kind of goes on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it does a lot of like it kind of touches all of the different like notes that he hit. Like there's some really awesome vocal moments. There's some like really plucky guitar synthy bits. There's some like heavier guitar bits. There's like the weird like modulation of the guitar there a couple times. Like it's, I don't know. I feel like it kind of touches on everything, and I just feel like kind of wraps everything up at the very end of this album. So I like it a good bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's bad by any stretch. Like, I enjoy the song. I just think that, like, looking at things objectively, like, I don't have very many notes for this, and I think that means that it should probably be coming up here soon.
Yeah.
And, like, the more I think about it, like, I think that Anthem and Dose just offer, like, way more and probably are objectively better. I don't know which I like more between Dose and Anthem, but I do think that in my mind right now, I'm thinking that they should both go above it. Brennan, what are your thoughts?
It is tough. It is really tough.
I really like Hands on My Throat. I mean, I like it more than the singles, but you are right in the fact that, like, objectively, it is more of, like, your typical song. Like, and this album is like anything but typical, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The end of this song is really fucking groovy.
Yeah, it's just like, and then for me, like the end of Dose, like, even though like during Dose, like I think the choruses are just like phenomenal. Like with how like I think Kyle hinted earlier, there's a lot of layering, there's a lot of harmony, there's a lot of stuff going on that really shows off his ability. But the end of that song, I absolutely fucking hate. But like, the Hands Around My Throat, I love the ending of this song.
Mm-hmm.
Although, as I said before, it feels like a safe song, which I think is what makes it a good album ender. Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't do anything wrong, but like it didn't have like a evaporate moment, like, you know.
Right.
So, that's fucking tough. I'm honestly thinking about putting it as the first song after the singles, but I don't know about that though.
I don't know. The more we talk about it, I'm kind of leaning towards it being beneath Anthem and Dose personally. And
That's
the more
kind
I'm
of
like,
what I'm thinking too.
I'm kind of like thinking about Dose and what Dose does, and like you were saying, Brennan, I think that Dose has so much shit going on. Like,
it does.
Technically, it's just way more interesting than Hands Around My Throat.
And if it ended at 3 minutes instead of 3:55, I mean, this song would be in contention for the top.
Dose?
Yeah.
See, I've listened to it more, and I don't really feel that way anymore about it. I've listened to it more like the ending and everything, where he like throws in like the like distant, like the breathe faster, breathe.
Yeah, I really like that part. I just think it's like unnecessary, but like,
oh yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like torn on it. Like I'm like middle of the road. Like you really like it, Brennan like really hates it, and I'm like I respect it, but I don't think it needs to be.
Brennan, why do you
there.
hate it? Like what? What about it is unnecessary? Because like I think it does something different at the end.
When you listen to the entire song, okay, it feels like literally from 2:55 to 3:55 that you're just padding it at that point, like as if he just had like an extra minute that he could fit into a song, and poof, here it is. And especially the last 15 seconds when he said, like, soon you'll feel ordinary. That part seems so out of fucking place. Like, it doesn't fit with the rest of the song, like, at all. And then, like, leading up before that, like, yeah, like, the breathe beat, like, it sounds good. But it's, like, a totally different vibe from the song as well. But then, like, the last 15 seconds is, like, even more so. So, like, for me, it's, like, you had this song. You could have just stopped it and been like, okay, that's a good song. Or do what he did and just fucking keep going. It's like, for me, it's like Icarus flying too close to the sun. Like, you know, because you had a good thing, but you went too far with it.
Yeah, because like I think that part is like really technically good, but like, because like after Brennan pointed it out to me, like I felt the same way. It's like the song sounds like it should end at this point, but then it just doesn't, because he just adds this whole extra thing in, and it's like, it sounds good, I guess, but like, it does sort of just feel like it doesn't really need to be there. And like, it just, to me, like, it feels like padding. It's very good padding, but it's still padding, in my opinion. But that's, I don't know. I'm not shitting on the song. I still like the song. I still like that part. I just think that maybe if like that beat was like implemented more throughout the song or something to make it just kind of like seem more integral to the actual structure of the song, maybe I would fuck with it more, but it does just seem kind of out of place in my opinion.
I guess I just disagree. I mean, I think,
and that's
like,
fair. I mean, it's a very subjective thing. Like I can totally see how like a lot of people are not going to see it that way, you know? Yeah. I don't like fault you for that at all.
Oh, no.
That's a very subjective thing, honestly.
Yeah. It's just something I noticed the first time I heard the song, and I hear it now, like the 100th time I've heard this song. Mm-hmm. It's like my opinion has not changed like one bit. So like, if it sticks to me that much, you know, that might differ for you, but it definitely sticks with me that much.
But I don't think that necessarily makes it, I definitely don't think that makes it worse than Hands Around My Throat.
I can dig that.
I don't even necessarily think that would make it worse than Anthem. But I could go either way on the Anthem Dose conversation.
Anthem to me feels like, I mean, not as much as Anarchy, but it's another song that I feel kind of like the music video helps it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than that, it's another like safe tune. Like, I don't know.
I don't think it's really safe. I mean, I think Anthem like brings its own stuff to the table. Like, because like the intro bit with like the weird like synthy like do 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 like that thing is really cool, and the fact that they kind of like weave it into the background of like different parts and kind of make it like an ongoing like theme throughout it is really cool. And the thing that I really like about it is just that the lyrics have a lot more flow than a lot of other lyrics on the album. Like he's just like spitting words at certain points, and I love the way it sounds. And I super dig it. I don't know if on a technical level it's better than Dose. It's probably not, but for my like subjective opinion, I like it a little bit more than Dose. But also like I've heard Dose more than all the other ones because it was the first one that came out, so I might just be burnt out on it too. So I might go and listen to this review a year from now and be like, Tyler, you're a fucking idiot. Is Dose's way of it? Like I don't know. It's for me right now, I like Anthem better, but I don't necessarily know if it is objectively better. So that's why I'm kind of just like, you two vote, and if I have to be a tiebreaker, I'll kill myself. But like, I hope that you two can come to a decision on your own, and I'll just go with
Tyler,
it.
Come to this.
So, personally, I think Anthem is just a really great song. It does nothing wrong. It does nothing like stupendous, like, oh my good God. Like, it is just, there's really great instrumentals, really great lyrics, really groovy at times, really great music video. There's like, this is like the song. Like, if you were just going to be like, all right, here's a starting place, you know? You'd put this song in front of somebody from this album and be like, all right, this is Tilian, you got the vibe. Now we're going to go over here and do something weird with the layering with Dose, or we're going to throw it to the 80s with fucking whatever the one is near the end, Act Out, where it's just really 80s, just woohoo, fun, the kind of song, and like all the weird shit. And I really appreciate Anthem for that, but I think like it being right here, and then like I think Dose right above it, and then like everything else is like a good place to be like, we had some songs that had issues that we like generally have with them. Nothing, some maybe more subjective than others, but this song is just like all around like thumbs up. This song's dope. I'm gonna listen to the song, I'm gonna vibe to the song. And then from here it's like, oh, but like, oh my God. Like there's like those moments. It's a good middle ground, like, to move forward. I don't even think it's technically middle. I think there's less beneath than there will be above it. I'm not sure. I don't remember what number we're on. But
there would be less above than beneath.
Well, that's unfortunate. But
because after we lock in Hands Around My Throat, Anthem, and Dose, there is 4 left.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a pretty short album.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's only like 35 minutes long.
Yeah,
overall,
it's only 11 songs, and one of them is an interlude, so technically like 10 songs.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is a good place for Anthem. I think being above Hands Around My Throat, and then... So, here's my last, like, spiel on Dose, I guess, is the whole song, like, lyrically is, like, this back and forth, like, you know, like, being with someone and, like, helping them, finding, like, something that's going to help them. Do you run away from it? Do you stay? All this stuff. Will dose away the blues and everything. And it's just, like, really intense, and it's, like, this, like, just almost, like, just punching you in the face with so much going on. And then there's the like breakdown at the end, and it comes back to the beat, and then like a very gentle, like the breathe faster, breathe, and it peaks up again where like the main beat leaves, and it's just very just drum heavy where he's doing the soaring vocals, and then it's all calm, like with the You'll Feel Ordinary. It's very a lot of the song is very like almost like Egyptian in like kind of like layering and like building and like almost kind of tense the whole time. And then the way it, like music wise, the very end of it is, it's very like, oh, happy, major, oh, we're good, like You'll Feel Ordinary. And like it's, I don't know, I just feel like that ending has a lot to do with like the actual like intent of the song.
That's fair.
Because like listening to it wise, because I remember like when we first talked about the song, I remember like agreeing with you, because I was just like, I definitely like it could have ended right here. And the more I thought about it, and the more I've listened to it, and the more I've like looked at the lyrics and everything, I've been like, no, I feel like there's a purpose to this. Like I feel like the overall like feeling you're supposed to feel, and like this tenseness build up and then break down, and then just this nice little like end tag where he has the Soon You'll Feel Ordinary and everything. I really like it. So that's how I feel about it. I don't know if like the majority of people would feel that way, but obviously right here it's not. But so, but
I totally
that's my
get what you're saying though. Like I can agree with that. Like it does fit like tonally with like the message of the song. So I can.
But it's just
get
like
behind that.
sonically and musically, I don't find it so.
I definitely agree that it's like has a different vibe than the majority of the song. So like I totally see what you're saying and why I definitely like was on the same page at first. I just more listens on it, I go, I feel like this does have a purpose.
Yeah.
Whether it is meant to feel like sonically different or not, I don't know. But it definitely is like to like just the first listen, it's like, oh, interesting kind of thing. So that's definitely a knock in general for it, I feel like. But so I'm down to put it like I think it deserves to be above Anthem. I strongly believe it's the best single in my mind.
Okay.
I don't know if like necessarily I'd choose this to vibe to, but like objectively, I just feel like the song has so much going on. Like
that's fair.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like it's really, like I was saying, really awesome layering, really cool tonal stuff, really great message and everything. It's a pop, man. I love the song.
And we gotta move on soon. So Brennan, do you agree or disagree with Hands Around My Throat, and then Anthem, and then Dose?
I am totally on board.
Okay, we're going to lock it in.
Let's do it.
And we're going to recap. We're going to go into the final four, which are the four hottest bops on this heckin' tune basket. Number 11 is Anarchy, A Good Hobby. Number 10 is Breathe. Number 9, Factory Reset. Number 8, Caught in the Carousel. Number 7, Hands Around My Throat. Number 6, Anthem. Number 5, Dose. We are left with Holy Water, All I Crave Is Peace, Imagination, Act Out. Woo. Just all of the songs that I've been listening to all day, basically.
that's a murderer's road, dude.
I know. Yeah. I don't really know where to start. I mean, I know that Kyle probably wants All I Crave Is Peace to be 4, since you wanted that to be lower.
That's kind of where I'm leaning.
Do we want to talk about that one first, just to kind of gauge it out?
Yeah, sure. I'm down.
Okay.
I guess to go back to like the point I made about it, like for me wanting to be lower. What we've talked about other songs, I definitely can agree that like this is more deserving of it. Like I think going into this, I was a little bit higher on the singles in general, and the more we've talked about, I've been like, oh, you know what, maybe not. Like these four specifically just do so many cool things. But I do still feel pretty strongly in the fact that I feel like this song does have like a bit of a unbalance a bit. I feel like all of the, because like you're right, I really do dig like the meter changes and everything that happen, but they're not like, Tilian isn't super involved in it. Like he doesn't feel like a powerful force in any of those meter changes. There's a lot of the background stuff happening and he's just kind of free over it. So I think the song's really cool and a lot of really awesome, like especially like as a contrast to Breathe too. I don't think we have touched on that yet. Like it's cool that Breathe goes right into like it almost like it bleeds into each other a little bit. Like right at the end of Breathe, you hear like, and it goes right into like the just the vibes of this song. Overall, I do think that this song is probably the most like in his wheelhouse of the last four, though. I think the other three do some really weird things. Maybe Holy Water kind of close to it, but so I don't know. I like it. I'm just kind of leaning towards it.
Brennan kind of said earlier though, like when we listen to DGD, we look for like switch ups and stuff, and this song just has so much of that, and I think that's what really like resonates with me. Like this song just feels like more of a like well-crafted like adventure than like that's a lot of the other songs, because like we said, like some of the songs are safer, and I know that's kind of just like Tilian solo stuff is just safer in general because it's just like indie pop, you know. It's only gonna get so crazy usually, but I think that this song in particular is probably like the craziest structured song on the entire album, and like in a good way, because like it starts out just like so in your face, like more so than anything has been up to this point, probably more so than anything on the whole album, because it's just up with the like aggressive guitars and shit, and it's like, wow, this isn't a pop song, we're just fucking rocking out right now, like this is great. and then it kind of like strips it down and does like the weird time signature stuff throughout it, and like they do like the crazy layered harmonies and stuff that he does on like pretty much every song on the album, but it just sounds like so fucking good. And like there's like mini guitar breakdowns and shit, and like tons of switch ups. There's like building and breaking down of stuff, which I always fucking gush about every time we talk about music. So like in my opinion, like there's nothing to dislike about this song, and I think that like objectively it is so like well crafted and it's so like experimental in like a good way that it's just like, and I don't know, like we're gonna have to talk about these other songs because like I might end up being a bigger stan for another one. I like all of the remaining songs a lot, but that is just my 2 cents on this song specifically. Is like, I think this is like as close to a DGD song as we get off of like a Tilian solo track, which I was not expecting at all, and it just kind of like blew me away. That I was like, wow, he's going this hard on his solo stuff. Like that's like not anything I would have ever expected him to do, is like take DGD like music formulas and like integrate it into his own stuff. Like that's just so fucking cool, man. So
yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from the more you talk about it. I guess it was just a mindset thing. I came into this like looking for stuff like The Skeptic, where it's very Tilian forward with good instrumentals. And when I heard that, I was just like, oh, I really want to hear Tilian do like Tilian stuff. And I think that it's like there's also a lot of like crazy instrumental stuff like I'd find in DGD. More so than, because like I think the other 3 songs that are left really let Tilian just like super shine, and then the instrumentals are also super cool with it. Whereas this one, I guess just mentally I went into it being like, oh, I just want more from Tilian, you know? But I definitely like, I can see what you guys are saying, that like objectively, like it is just all around pretty damn dope. I guess I just personally like the Tilian vocals on the other 3 a little bit more, but I guess that might just be a subjective thing too. That's so fair. We can
Brennan, what do you think about this song?
Yeah.
There are 2 songs I think it does a lot of things better than. Maybe more just 1 song, but as Tyler said, I mean, this song for Tilian to really bring in his band's influence into an album that, you know, like Kyle said before, usually Tilian's work is very Tilian oriented. I mean, as like obnoxious as that sounds, but like for him to, I mean, even in Holy Water, also kind of, but not to this extent, like he really brings like an instrumental presence to complement him instead of, or like complement and add to him. When like a lot of other songs we've heard on previous work, the sounds just kind of set the stage and then he performed off of that.
Right.
And for me to, you know, say the song's number 4, I don't necessarily say I agree with that, but I mean, he does absolutely go off in the other 3. So, you know, we'd really have to see where we are as a unit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
I think I feel like the safest way to approach this, because I think that all 4 of these songs are bangers. I don't think any of them specifically jump out as being like worse than any other ones, in my opinion. I'm going to suggest that we handle this the way we handled the top 4 on Downtown Battle Mountain 2. And we've talked about one. Let's just talk about another and then compare those 2, see which one's better. Repeat the process until they order themselves out. So
That's fair.
What's the next song that we want to talk about? Brennan, I'll let you pick.
What do you guys think about Holy Water?
I like Holy Water.
I like Holy Water a lot.
I do too. So,
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't think it's to the extent of All I Crave Is Peace, but like this is another song where like the instrumentals are very focus heavy. And I like how like in the intro it kind of like sets up, and then all of a sudden the bass line kicks in. It's like, whoa, like we went from this being kind of like a sad tune to like all of a sudden it's like fucking like powerful. And we're taking steps here, dude. Like
that shit then, fucking got me. I was not expecting it. Like it starts out like so slow and shit, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be like a really like slow opener or whatever. And then like it suddenly it just shifts gears and it's like, all right, fucking dance beat time. Just fucking start twerking in the corner. Let's do it. And I'm like, oh, I'm all about this. Let's go.
Yeah, like I mean, as like a novice drummer, I mean, to hear him like fucking bust out the toms, like setting shit up, it's like, ew. And then like from there it transitions to like a bridge, and like Tilian sounds like really like pretty in it.
Yeah,
and like the instrumentals, like I said, it just kind of like creates this like it works together. I mean, it's. Like I could gush on and on about this song. Yeah. This song was a hell of an album opener.
It really
100%.
Was. And like you were saying with the bridge, like Tilian just sounds like so good. But then like the instrumentals managed to like kind of keep this driving force like while being like more stripped back, and it's just this really fucking good balance, and it just sounds so fucking good, and I love it. Like, oh my god. I like this song a lot. It's a really good song.
I agree. I like this song a lot. No,
I remember
Apple. I didn't say your navigation thing's name that I'm not going to say in case it activates a bunch of people that are listening. But apparently it thought I said its name. Apple. Anyway, sorry. I love this song a lot. A lot. In fact, when you were like, Brennan, you go ahead. What are the one you want to talk about? I was just like, don't talk about holy water yet. Don't talk about
I'm so sorry.
That is
this song's a fucking certified slapper. Anyway,
it's so good, dude.
I'm not trying to like throw an idea out early, but I'm not ready to talk about this song yet. I don't think.
Okay.
I feel like
I could throw out another hot take, because if we were to compare Holy Water and All I Crave Is Peace, I would say that All I Crave Is Peace should be above Holy Water. Just for the soul thing, because they're both good songs. All four of these songs are good songs. What? Any of them deserve to be a number one in someone's list, but like, I feel like the fact that All I Crave Is Peace does all that extra shit, brings in the DGD vibes, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that gives it a little bit of an edge for me. It's tough to say that because it's really, really fucking close. But like, if I have to make a decision in the moment, which I do, and these are the two songs that we're talking about right now, I would have to give All I Crave Is Peace the edge by like 1/10 of a point.
All right. I don't agree. And the reason I don't agree, the main reason I don't agree with this is because this is the other song on the album. This is like the song I get DGD vibes from the most is Holy Water. And personally, I feel like it does so many cool different change up things. There's a lot of like awesome moments where Tilian's vocals get to soar in this. They do weird modulation shit. That whole beginning's real slow and like kind of like, oh, where's this album gonna go? And then it gets kind of ominous with like just the toms like you were talking about. And then it goes into the dance beat. And then there's the bridge that's like, I just feel like the song goes all over the place. And then the end, I mean, the bass line, like you mentioned, Brennan, is like just so fucking strong, this whole song. And then like near the end of the song, there's a point where the bass is just like arpeggiating the fucking chords while like Tilian is just soaring over top of them and the guitars are shredding with him. Like, man, I don't know. There's a lot of cool things that happen here.
Also, my face froze, so I guess I just look like this now.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. I thought I was like, wow, you really don't like what I'm saying.
So that no one has to look at this like awkward face that I'm making, but
I was going to say, like,
technical difficulties.
It's fine.
Sorry about this.
I was going to say, I was like, you really don't like what I'm saying, huh, Tyler? Because you just kind of held like a weirdly
just done. All right, I'm a cartoon for the rest of this. Cool.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just personally, I feel like in my mind, looking at these four, I feel like Holy Water and Caught in the Carousel, or not Caught in the Carousel. Lol, what fuck? The other one. What's the other one we were just talking about? Yeah, that one. The other one with multiple words in the title. All I Crave Is Peace. I think they both give me DGD vibes. I can definitely agree with it. Agree with you, Tyler. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like All I Crave Is Peace gives me so much more like I was saying before, like just like the instrumentals are just more important than Tilian, and then I think Holy Water makes them more like evenly important. Like I feel like hey,
I'm sorry, I'm not distracting you with my like. I was trying to do it like nonchalantly, so
I was just sitting here rooting for you the whole time.
I fixed my camera, so I'm back now.
He's back. He's no longer a cartoon. But yeah, that's kind of all I had to say about it. I feel pretty strongly that like, because they're both really complex. I 100% agree with you. I feel like they do like some really cool, like just take you on a journey kind of things with weird change ups and stuff. Just think Holy Water does it better. Personally.
It's fair. Brennan? Tiebreaker time.
I am wholeheartedly in agreement with Kyle. I think
fair enough.
I look, I absolutely love All I Crave Is Peace, but the first time Holy Water hit me last night, because I stayed up for it. Like the first time it hit me, like I didn't even start the rest of the album. I listened to it like 3 times, and I'm like, this is fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and then I went to bed, and then I listened to the rest of the album today.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm not mad about it because I like both of these songs a lot, so I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
Brennan, my man.
Brennan doesn't always agree with me.
He does. We just agreed on something else recently too. I don't remember what it was, but we just recently agreed on something too. It was just beautiful. What's going on here?
It's a moment we need to cherish. That's
what's the next song that we want to talk about here? We got Act Out and Imagination are the other two we haven't talked about yet.
Imagination gives me like Polyphia vibes.
Yeah, that's what, like, the intro is just fucking, it's just a fucking Polyphia intro. It's so fucking good, dude.
It's so tasty.
Oh my god.
So,
I mean, the rest of the song doesn't stack up to it, but I think it's still, top 4 worthy, easy.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think that, like, I definitely think the intro is the coolest part. And when they kind of bring it back for, like, the outro and stuff. But it does do some really cool things also, like, it's got, like, really good flow. It's got some really, like, epic layered vocals at points, as most of the songs do. And, I mean, like, it just sounds, like, really fucking clean. Overall, it's just a really solid track. It's kind of, like, it manages to hit this balance of, like, it's very minimal, yet very complex at the same time. And, like, I don't
almost
really
identical
know...
note.
Oh, nice. I was like, I don't know how to describe that, if that makes sense. But, yeah, I think it's really cool how they managed to hit this, like, crazy balance of, like, 2, like, opposing styles almost, and it's, like, it's wild to me. I don't know if it's necessarily better than the other songs we've talked about, but I really like it, and the Polyphia intro just fucking blew my pants off. Like, I was just like, what is happening? Like, was not expecting this. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I was expecting, like, them and, like, Unprocessed, like, fucking step in and they'll just collab, and I'm like, what the fuck?
So, I don't know if you guys knew this, Tim Henson from Polyphia did guitar on this album. So,
that doesn't shock me.
That
is why. Like it. That's what I was wondering. Because it didn't say on the track that it was a feature, but I was like, it has to be him, right? Yeah. Like, it sounds exactly like Polyphia. Like, it has to be a feature.
I scrolled through Twitter this morning just to get general vibes about it while I was listening to it, like how people were feeling and what songs they liked the most. And everyone was just like, bro, Imagination's just Polyphia. And then like a bunch of people were commenting under it. Yeah, Tim Henson did the guitars on the record. And I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense. Because I mean, there's so many moments where the guitar is just so intricate all over the place that like it makes so much sense. And this song, the thing that really gets me about Imagination, the way that I like kind of made the note that like I agree with you on, Tyler, is that they do a lot of simple things all together to make one really groovy, complex kind of thing. Like these simple kind of like 808 beats that are going on in the background, on top of like the minimal layering of Tilian, on top of every once in a while the bass just kind of going on a little trip, all together makes this really cool, like chill, groovy, like low-key kind of sexy tune. Like I'm just like, ooh, like I just kind of ride with it. But the thing that I really love
the way you said
about
that was
this,
funny too.
I know.
You're like low key, kind of sexy too.
Sexy.
Like you're like a frat boy or
Oh
something.
my god!
Like,
Can that be the title of the episode?
Low
Tilian's
key,
new album is
sexy
low key,
too.
kind of
Kinda
sexy,
dude.
Like,
But no, man, I think that the thing that really stands out to me about Imagination, other than the things I just said, is that it's really awesome that there's like the Polyphia guitar intro and outro. It's even cooler to me that they managed to make Tilian's voice so kind of like either like very much more him, like there's not a lot of layering going on as much in this song as other songs. It almost matches the like guitar in like the just melodic movements, and then it switches to him doing those melodic little movements that are just kind of dancing around as if his voice is a guitar, and then it comes back in at the end. It's like I never like lost that really groovy guitar. It just turned into vocal chords instead of guitar chords. Like it is impressive to me that like it feels as groovy and smooth and like insanely complex as the Polyphia guitar when he sings. It's so cool to me. I really dig it. This song is just obviously the most chill of the four that we're talking about here, but it is definitely like a vibe that this song will give me, and really nothing else on this album will, and it stands out to me hard. Like I really like it.
Yeah, definitely agree. So the question is, first up, is Imagination better than Holy Water? I already know the answer is no, so we're just going to move on.
No.
Do we think that Imagination is better than All I Crave Is Peace?
This one's tougher for me.
I'm going to say no, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. It's very close.
Yeah.
Very, very close. I love all these songs that we're talking about right now, but I think that from an objective technical standpoint, I think that All I Crave Is Peace narrowly edges it out, but like barely, because I think that like without the Polyphia style intro, would this song have stuck out to me as much compared to some of the other songs that we have left? And I don't know if it would have. For everything it does right, I just think that All I Crave Is Peace does a little more personally. But what do you guys think?
Let me return the question to you, Tyler. If All I Crave Is Peace took out the change-ups,
then it wouldn't be a song. That's the entire song.
But yeah, like it's not fair to say that like the thing that you like about one song and the thing you like about another song, if only one of them disappeared, would it be higher?
Yeah,
like,
but the part that Tyler has in question is literally just like a 3-second
a snippet.
Lick.
Like
While
taking out the change-ups of the song, that's like the core of the song.
Yeah,
but
like the part that you're pulling
lick
up
is
from...
also the core of like everywhere that Tilian dances around is that lick. Like they established this lick that the guitar goes on, then Tilian dances around it, the bass kind of dances around it the whole time, and then it shows back up at the end because like it has always been locked into that thing. Like the whole song is based around that guitar lick. And like it is dope that it like sounds like Polyphia, but like it doesn't change the fact that that whole song is based around that theme.
Okay, well then, regardless of that, I would still say that the fact that All I Crave Is Peace does a ton of like switch ups and different things, as opposed to Imagination is a song based around one guitar lick, I would say makes it better. Let's phrase it that way for you.
Yeah, because All I Crave Is Peace, like the parts where it changes up, I mean, those are like entire sections of the song.
Mm-hmm.
While with Imagination, it's just, like I said, a guitar lick that, yes, they based the song around it, but it's still just like a 3-second guitar lick.
Mm-hmm.
Like that part, that doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I think it's fucking tasty, and I love
it is. It's incredible.
But I mean, that's more of like an objective thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Personally, I think because like I get what you're saying. Like I get that like it's semi unfair to compare like a big thing in that song to something small in this. However, I do think that like we said many times, Imagination is very like minimalist, but also like uses that minimalist to make something complex. And I think that's the thing
true.
that makes that song so cool. Whereas like the thing that makes All I Crave Is Peace so cool is that it's a great song, and then like those change up happen. So that's kind of why I made that comparison. Obviously, like on the surface, like, I get it. Like those things are like minutes of the song, and then the guitar lick is. But that's kind of why that song is so cool, because they take that and like expand upon it with his voice, with the guitar and everything. And that's why All I Crave Is Peace is so cool, is because there's so many wicked ass change ups that I just fucking want to throw down and just be like, is this DGD? I don't know what I'm listening to. Is it Tilian? Is it DGD? What's happening?
The first one to hit the ground wins.
But yeah, I don't know. I personally lean more towards Imagination personally.
Cool.
I also agree that it's extremely close. I just really think it's so cool that they were able to take something and just like craft this really cool minimalist yet complex thing like we've been talking about. It's just so cool and groovy to me. It's also a vibe that isn't as present across the album, so it stands out to me even more, like that kind of groovy vibe. So the only other time I kind of feel that is with the trap song, but that's also more trap music, and that also separates it more. So I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my reasoning towards it. Okay. So that's where my vote lies.
Well, Brennan, you're the tiebreaker again.
Yet again, sir. Damn.
This is tough.
I can see smoke coming out of your headset. This is crazy.
I think it's just a vape.
Yes, that's what it is. Sorry. I thought I was just thinking.
I gotta go to All I Crave Is Peace.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I was really afraid that I was going to get shit on twice in a row, but it didn't happen. I'm happy.
I kind of figured I wasn't going to win that one, but it's okay. I definitely think that I can see what you guys are saying with it. Like, there's just so many cool fucking change-ups. And,
it's super close. Like, I really think that, like, it could go either way. Like, if we did this ranking tomorrow, like, maybe I would flip on it too. Like, they both just do different things very well. So it kind of, in a way, comes down to, like, personal preference at this point. But every one of these songs, like, in the top 4 could be number 1 on someone's list, and it's perfectly justified. But
100%. I think they all do things semi differently, yet so well. And I think that's
definitely
that's kind of why I second guess whether or not I give this album the edge over the Skeptic or not in general, because like these couple songs here, and even things with Anthem and Dose as well, I just think are so cool, man. Like, it's just such a good fucking thing. Like, I'm just like, I crave it. I want it so bad. Whereas like with the Skeptic, I turn it on and I have a good time. And I think it's all really well written. It all feels very much like Tilian's comfort zone and awesome. But this feels like Tilian experimenting and like just like passion project-y more. And that's kind of why I don't know, like obviously right off the bat, I'm not super sure. With more time with it, I might be able to decide exactly the ranking of it. But like, you feel like the passion of wanting to do weird things in Afterburner and this album, which, because like I remember like when we reviewed Afterburner so long ago now, it was just like, oh my gosh, like are they going to keep trying weird shit like this? Is this what they want to do? And the fact that he's doing it in his own stuff reassures me that we're going to get even weirder with DGD, and I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. This is just such a good sign of what's coming next. This whole fucking album just gets me so pumped.
Nice. Yeah, no, I totally agree. So last song we have to talk about is Act Out, which my notes just quote unquote say, damn, with 18 A's. This has one hell of a dance beat. I can dig the fuck out of this. This is the catchiest song I've ever heard in my life. Holy shit. That's basically my notes. So, I mean, that song is like, it's not a bop and a half. It's 2 whole bops. That's what the song is. So fucking good. It's just, I could listen to this on loop for an entire day and not get tired of it.
Some songs are bops and halves. This is 2 bops.
Yeah.
2 bop.
2 bops. 2 bop tune.
2 bop tune basket.
I want to hear what you guys think about this song, though.
Go ahead, Brennan. I don't want to. I don't want to put a tiebreaker on you again. I want you to, to go for it in case it happens.
I mean, I like it. It's definitely a groovy tune. I definitely like that it's made it into the top 4. I just, like, I look at Holy Water and I look at All I Crave Is Peace and even, like, Imagination. I feel like those songs, like, Imagination not as much because, like, it's just, like, simplicity added on top of each other to get something like, complex. But like Act Out is another song that I feel can kind of be not monotonal, but is like the same thing over and over again, even though I thoroughly enjoy it. Like I've been bopping this song, but I mean that and Tilian just fucking takes off too.
Oh my gosh, dude, this song. I don't think I made like so many specific notes about his voice in this this song. Like in other songs I go, oh yes, Tilian. Oh god, he soars. Oh, it's so effortless. And this one I'm just like, his voice. Oh my god, it's so tasty. Tilian's voice. Like it's just like so many constant notes about his voice. But yeah, I don't know. This song is so cool with the layering and like the Tilian chorus behind the Tilian lead and the choruses and like I don't know. It's very 80s, feels almost like the Breakfast Club, just like kind of like vibe. I don't know, man. This song, the ending especially, just feels like a layering, just like fucking cocoon. Like wrap me up in the end of the song. It's just feel good 80s. Like I'm about to go to a carnival with fucking like leather everything on. Like, oh, I'm so excited. Like this song's so cool. I don't know, man. It's tough because this song is cool, but such a different vibe than the other three. So,
yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know. As much as I love it, I don't even know if I could rank it over the other three that we've just talked about. Yeah. From like an objective standpoint, it is two bops, but like, I don't know, man. I think that like on a technical level, the other songs probably offer more in general. So,
so we've been beating around this top four bush for a hot minute now.
We have.
It's almost solidified. This is the final decision. Yeah. Once we slip this bad boy in, it's done.
All right. What do you gentlemen think is number 4?
I want Kyle to go first.
Oh. I think this is a really tough decision because I think all like we've said a couple times now, I think anyone's list could be any ordering of these because I do think each one kind of gives you a little something more that subjectively you might like more. Personally though, looking at it objectively and just like what each song has going on, I think I'd put Act Out at number 4 probably.
You know what, Kyle? I agree with you.
You know what, Kyle? God. I agree with you.
And you know what that means? It's
we
done.
We did it. Yeah, we have the order.
That means Act Out is 4, Imagination is 3, All I Crave is Peace is 2, Holy Water's number 1.
Whoa!
Whoa, it's just like that. It's all there.
All that beating around the bush, and all of a sudden, boom, the bush! It's there!
It's a lengthy method, but it gets the job done.
It does.
When we have a close top 4. Cool. I'm happy with this list.
I am too.
I really am. I think we did a pretty good job of ordering these. There's some that I like that I wish would have been higher, but objectively I think that we made the correct choices. So
I'd agree.
Good job, guys. We've done it.
Good job, team.
Yes, guys. Another gold star on the chart. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hit everyone with the final recap.
Do it.
And then we're gonna finish things up for the day. So at number 11, we have Is Anarchy a Good Hobby? Number 10, Breathe. Number 9, Factory Reset. Number 8, Caught in the Carousel. Number 7, Hands Are on My Throat. Number 6, Anthem. Number 5, Dose. Number 4, Act Out. Number 3, Imagination. Number 2, All I Crave is Peace. And number 1, Holy Water.
Yes.
Hit the dab! Yeah!
Oh my god.
Woo! Oh shit, that was dank as hell, Kyle.
Thank you.
Brennan, you gotta hit one. You're the only one who hasn't done it. Oh shit!
Oh shit! The wind up.
And if you didn't click out immediately when we dabbed, we would love it if you would like this video. If you liked it, that would be really cool. That would help us out. And make sure to comment below your personal rankings of the songs. We love to see them. We love to analyze random strangers' opinions. It's a good time. Plus, comments help with the algorithm and stuff and help us get noticed. So that's just, if you like us, then it would really help us out if you leave a comment of any kind. Also, If you're not already subscribed to the Talks a Lot Boys, why don't you go down there and just punch the fuck out of that subscribe button. Not too many times, because then it'll like unsubscribe. Just do it like once. Punch it once. So you'll
make
be
it not red
to the Talks a Lot Boys. And then go back, watch some of our other content. We've done reviews of, we've recorded reviews for every DGD album, but I think we're up to like halfway. So we've done a lot of DGD album reviews. We've done some other random band album reviews. We have our podcast This Month in Music, where we break down new songs and albums that release each month. And we've got a new improv show called Pitch It To Me Baby, where we create original superheroes, which is very different from the music shit, but it's really fun and no one watches them, so please go watch those, because we're going to keep making them.
They're really fun.
Yeah. So we really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Kyle, Brennan, you want to leave our lovely viewers with any final thoughts?
Brennan, you go ahead, sir.
I definitely think that this album is different. It is not what I was expecting, but very much in a good way. I thoroughly enjoy it. If you don't know Tilian's other work, definitely check it out. If you don't know DGD, definitely check them out. Which, if that's the case, I don't know why the fuck you're here. But yeah, it's a solid record. So Factory Reset by Tilian, it slaps. Kyle, what you got?
I mirror all your guys' thoughts, of course, but I do think that, like, as I said before, this album does so many cool new things. DGD did so many cool new things, experimental things, and there's other music that we're going to talk about in our This Month in Music, so you better check it out. That there's so many other cool musicians that are kind of going outside the box. It's just a really exciting time for music. You can feel it like surging again now that like we're kind of getting out of the slump that like we've been in for like a year and a half now. You can feel people are like, I can do things, I can make things, and it's just such an exciting time to like music, man. Hop on board, join us for the journey, and also the bands, because they're the ones that are actually doing the work. We're just here talking about it, but talk with us, because we're the Talks a Lot Boys.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
Well, that does it for us for today's review. So we have been the Talks a Lot Boys, and we will talk a whole lot more next time. We'll see you later.